That was pretty good.
It was good.
Great way to start off.
What a great way to start off, because everything's peaking, as I can see, so nobody's going to hear anything. It's just going to be obnoxious noise. They're going to tune out because they don't want to hear that. So I hope you're happy with what you did. This is the first podcast and the last podcast you'll ever have.
I'm glad to be here.
What's happening, guys? Welcome to the first podcast in a long time, the GameCast, the GameGods podcast. It's not an official title. We're still trying to decide what we want to call this.
GadsCast.
The GadsCast. The GadsCast. The GadsCast.
The GameGods.
I like the GadsCast. I like one of those, but
GadsCast is probably better.
You guys know me. I'm Skullznhero.
And I'm Morty.
Well, I was gonna introduce you.
No,
but,
I'm Morty.
He's Morty. I'm Skullznhero. Of course, you'll hear us refer to each other as our first names because my name is, of course, Marcos, this is
Andrew.
This is David, not Andrew, because Andrew Ken is fired. He no longer works with us. This is the 5th time we've fired him, and for some reason we keep hiring him for some odd reason.
He's just so likable.
He's a likable guy. Anyways, guys, I thought, we haven't done podcasts in a while, and we wanted to do a podcast regularly, just like every other show. How regular we
We're
are.
so consistent.
We're so consistent. So many people like to join and listen to us. But anyways, we wanted to make a podcast on a regular basis. But yeah, we'll always we want to make it weekly or bi-weekly. We'll always try to aim for consistency, but we never can. Not because we're lazy.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe, okay. Not because we want to be lazy, but, it's because sometimes, things just don't work out. It's not always ideal to record or to make Let's Plays and all that. Anyways, I wanted the first segment to be just GameGods in general. I wanted to talk about the channel. I wanted to talk about the status of it all, because you know how much you people care about.
The 5 of you that actually watch this.
Yeah, the 5 people who actually watch this, or listen to this in this case, But yeah, I want to talk about GameGods. I want to talk about the shows specifically. I should explain what GameGods is, we started off as a news channel because the highest viewed video on this channel is Monster Hunter's
stories.
Analysis. Analysis. Yeah, the analysis video. That one's got a decent amount of views. Nothing.
Also 2,000, no?
Actually, it's 3,000.
Oh, really?
3,000. Yeah, it's 3,000 views. And I don't. So when I started the channel, I told you, Morty, that I wanted to do information analysis and all that.
Yeah.
But as I kept talking about it, I realized that it actually wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. And while you see that the last video I made was a review for Hearts and Slash, and I'll talk about that game later and how great that game was. But
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. Turned it up to 11. But it turns out that there are other people that report to you better than I do. Why would you listen to me? Not because you want to hear me be new characters for Overwatch, and I'm 10, 15 minutes late before everybody else. It's I can't be that guy. So what I want to do is I want to mix a little bit of I love it because we're watching footage of the new Overwatch character, and now we're watching footage of people podcasting. So we're podcasting about podcasters,
man.
But anyways, what I wanted to say, what was I saying? I want to find a blend between the two. I want to be able to show you the latest games and talk about them, but also provide some form of entertainment, whether it be Let's Plays, whether it be One More Fight and stuff like that. Anyways, now that we're talking about One More Fight, I want to talk about the shows that we're planning to keep, the shows we're not keeping. Morty, have you watched everything I've made? Mm-hmm. Is there any show that stuck out to you, and then one that you didn't like? That you're just man, I don't really want to watch this. It's boring.
One I have really enjoyed is Your Talking Skulls.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
That show.
Except you made 2, and then that was it.
Oh, hey, okay. So on the Talking Skulls, that took a lot of work. I did research for it, and I I had to write it out, and I had to film it, and I had to edit it. You know, one-man army kind of thing. Some people, you know, some people's channels are just based on a show weekly, you know? And while that's good and all, I still want to, like, play games on the side and record games and do reviews. And reviews themselves take a while. So, I mean, I really appreciate it because actually when I started this channel, the Talking Skulls was something I wanted to do from the start. From the very beginning, yeah. I wanted to make a show talking about games. That's really it. I'll say a side inspiration. If you ever watch game trailers, there was a show called The Final Bossman. Hugely inspired by that guy because that guy is
he's a funny man.
He is a funny guy. Yeah, he is funny. He's got a great personality, and he just knows games like nobody else. Like I really liked him. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Game Trailers actually closed down, and they started their new Easy Allies YouTube channel. Yeah. Where he doesn't do Final Bossman anymore, but he's still Kyle Bossman, and which is awesome. But that's funny for me to be talking about, me, a nobody, to be talking about somebody as successful as Easy Allies. But what I
don't know if you could say success. They're kind of lost to game trailers.
Well, I
wasn't
mean,
very successful
okay,
there.
Hey, okay. There's a whole reason why they lost game trailers, but that's their business. What I was trying to say though is that show, The Talking Skulls, was inspired by the Final Bossman. But of course, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and it consumed when I did the 2 episodes, it consumed at least 3 weeks of my time just to do the episodes alone. So there's a fine line.Maybe I'll make an episode a month, and I know that might be like a little bit, but I guess it's better than nothing. But those were hard. But is there something that you didn't like?
Something I did. I honestly don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's good, right? I mean, that you don't.
I mean, I enjoyed all your content.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So like, our least viewed show was the 5 Days of, and that was more of an experiment. Actually, all these shows are really experiments. So I'll read you off the shows that I currently have right now. I don't really count one of the shows that we created, which was, or I created, which was called I'm Not a Pro. And it was basically me playing fighting game that I'm not good at fighting games. Yet they're my favorite genre, but I did it for a little while, but it turned out to be harder than I thought it would. Not because to edit or to film, but it was just hard to play. But of course, over time I did develop. I played it more than I actually recorded it. But that show's gone. Then there's regular Let's Plays, which which I don't do as often as I did for a while. I was recording almost every game I would buy, and I'd posted it up. But then I stopped doing that as much. But now I really delved into making shows, like pieces, and giving them their own titles. So, for example, One More Fight is a show where we just do fighting games. And it can be against, as I'll post up later, depending on when I post this podcast up. One More Fight is primarily me playing a fighting game or me playing with somebody else on a fighting game, which Morty and I have a little Smash Brother one.
And I won every single match.
Yeah, as you'll see, he won every single one because he's so good. But you got salty.
Alright, we don't need to talk about this anymore.
What I was trying to say though is that that is something that I'm keeping on there, whether people watch or not, simply because I like fighting games. Fighting games are fun. They're just probably my favorite genre. Second favorite,
I enjoy fighting games, but I'm the only one I'm technically good at. I don't really consider it a fighting game, but it's Smash Brothers.
You don't consider it a fighting game?
Well, a lot up there with Street Fighter and
you know what? That's a whole nother beast. That is a whole nother beast that we're not getting into. But yeah. So you're good at. I touched this thing. Sorry. You're good at Smash Brothers, and that's why I wanted to play you. And you'll see, actually, we got some close matches, but we're both a bit rusty. But we're gonna try to make more episodes if they catch on. Because Smash Brothers is where I started. That was one of the first Let's Plays I did. Because just me and Andrew Ken, if you remember that guy. Or Andrew Ryu at that time, because he likes to change his name to either Ryu or Ken.
He forgot how to spell his name.
He forgot how to spell his name.
So he put Ken instead.
But that's where we started, and I could tell we had some fans that were Smash Brothers fans, and I don't know if they're still here. It's great if they still are, but if they're not, I know that they probably started because we were making Smash Brothers videos. If anything, I don't know if they just.
I wanted to keep in touch, Yeah.
Which we really appreciate it. Thank you guys who have stuck around. But anyways, So there's one more fight. There's the Talking Skulls if I ever get around to making another episode of those, because I do, but they're a lot of work. Then there's 5 days of, which again was an experiment. It's funny, I made 5 days of a Let's Play, which was the easiest thing to do. Because not that it was easy, but it was the easiest thing out of all the shows I've ever done, because it was sort of an experiment to see if people would watch all of them. And it turns out they don't. they
watch the first one.
They watch the first one. The first one has about like 30 to 40, I think, views, but then by the last one, there's only like 10. So I mean, I'm not sure who's still sticking around to watch those things, but
something we can bring back in the future, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something we can bring back if like you have fan base, you know? They will watch your content and they'll see that, okay, this guy is either funny or informative or none of the above, but like something I'll be looking to bring back just because it was the most it was the easier thing to make out of everything else. And then of course there's my favorite, which is reviews. I can talk about games on and on and on and on. You can get me rambling about games all day. So a review is like right down my alley. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm happy that I am doing it. My last review, Hard and Slash. Again, you guys can watch it. I'll put a link. 10. You can find a link of it in the description below.
Is Skull's favorite game of all time?
My favorite game of all time. Okay.
All right.
but yeah. So that's the general gist. One more thing before I talk about teammates. Actually, this will kind of tie into everything. So I'm always looking for, because I'm a one-man army in this thing. Like I kind of do my own stuff. Granted, I do have help of Morty sometimes, or if you guys watch the Local Assailant review of The Witcher Blood and Wine, I have his help every once in a while as well. But I want people. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that like I'm always looking.
Hate me?
I hate you.
I'm fired.
You're the worst. But like,
in case you guys don't know, that's a little hint that I'm fired.
You're fired. Hey, if Andrew can get fired, you can too. Your job's never safe with me. But anyways, but like we're always like I know a certain amount of people. I mean, I've been talking to some other people as well that like we're trying to get a show started. That distracted me. But anyways, I know some. I've been talking to several other people that like are interested in doing what I do. I'm looking for people that like. Basically, what I am saying is that I am looking for other individuals that are interested in talking about video games who will actually talk about video games. Like
more people in the podcast.
Yeah, more people for the podcast. More people who are like in like. If you play games, then you're already like halfway through. In that door. Like you like games in general. Like you're not just. Especially if you're not stuck on just one game. Like, that's the worst thing, to be just stuck on one little title, and then it's like, all you know is about that title, which is fine, but like, we always, But
multiple titles are good too.
Yeah, multiple titles are good too. It's good to expand your horizon, just like in movies. You wouldn't just watch one kind of movie, you watch multiple kinds, you know?
See, that's where I disagree. I like games. I don't know about movies. I like single movies.
You like single-player movies. Single-player movies. I like first-person movies.
Hardcore Henry!
You saw that movie, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Was it good?
I enjoyed it. It was actually really fun.
I heard it actually wasn't good.
Well, you heard wrong.
Well, who told you that? Show me them. But
was it IGN?
IGN. Never trust IGN movie reviews. So that ties into the team members that we have on right now. So I will say their names out just because I want to make it clear who's on the team and who's not. That's weird. I'm not gonna say who's not on the team because that'd be awkward.
That's a little rude.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is I want to say who's on the team. Okay. So of course there's me. I'm Skullznhero, aka Marcos. I have Morty here, aka David. He's been around for a while. He's a little
on and off.
On and off. Of course, there's a Local Assailant, who's also known as Ford, and he was actually one of the first people that did a podcast with me. You can watch that video if you go all the way to our first videos. We talked about Evolve, I believe, in that podcast. But yeah, he's in it. Again, he just made a review.
Yeah, before Evolve was free to play.
Yeah, before Evolve was free to play. But more on that later. And actually, I don't think we're gonna talk about that because there's not much to add on that. But okay, and then there's a what's this? It's an application. Andrew Ken. No, he's not gonna work here anymore. He's done.
He's fired.
He's fired.
Go get.
Go on, yeah. But those are like the people that are on and off. I've been talking to about 3-4 people. You guys, if you listen to this, you know who you are. I am talking to you guys about like creating other stuff and you know, creating more content, which would be awesome because we always want more stuff. And again, in the end, to kind of finish this whole subject of GameGods that nobody wants to hear about, this channel is just, we want to make, I want to make entertainment. Yeah, I want to make something different. I want to make something that you watch that you're like, oh, that's the new character of Overwatch. It's awesome. We're gonna watch you know, Skullznhero or Morty play this game, and it's gonna be great. You will want to add anything to this, Morty?
No, I think you covered all of it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, again, like I'm sort of
We
the guy.
appreciate for the people that are willing to help us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. I mean, I'm not like, even if you're just like, hey, I want to make one video, like you're already like awesome. Like there's nothing else I'd want more from you than just like one video of GameGods. Like, just This is not like a like, anybody want to join GameGods Club? But like, it's like, it's just a way to be like, if anybody out there is interested in a passionate talk about video games, we're all ears. We want to listen, and we want you to join the team of GameGods. That being said, that's enough of that. We're done talking about GameGods because GameGods sucks. We want to talk about game news now. We want to talk about games. All about the games, my friends. So
Get
first,
into the main course.
yeah, into the meat of the burger. So
That's so cool.
that's a good one. You know, so I want to talk about game news. Okay, first news. Depending on when you listen to this, this news came out today, and I flipped out when I saw it. Overwatch has a new character.
It's about time.
It's about time, ladies and gentlemen. We've been playing with the same guys. It's been high noon for too long, and it's time that we get a new character. And to top it off, it's another support character. And I think supports were the only ones that had
4.
Yeah, 4.
The other one had like more than, I think, at least 5.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's so good to see a support character that actually looks amazing to play. Like, I'm actually, my second main is Zenyatta, so I really like to use support, even if people don't. Even if there's already a support on the team, I might pick Zenyatta because I'm that guy.
Well, I guess Zenyatta needs a second support. He's
Yeah!
not good as just one support. He's
Yeah, which is weird because, like, okay, so, like, before we get into Anna, talking about Anna, but, like, what is the deal with Zenyatta? Because, like, Zenyatta, I've seen him powerhouse through people. He's an insane character, but in the end, he's actually the worst support character they have. Like, why would you choose Zenyatta when you could just choose someone like Mercy, who will revive your entire team? And your ultimate, Zenyatta's ultimate, actually, it doesn't guarantee that everyone will live through somebody else's ultimate, like being caused to your, an opponent causing an ultimate.
You most likely will, but in the end, that ultimate's only keeping you alive for that certain time.
Exactly. And then to top it off, his health pool, really low. His
150.
Yeah, 150. His health regen for his characters, like the Orbit, Orbit Harmony, like it doesn't heal quick enough for some people.
It's kind of not. It doesn't really heal. Even like the low heal or low health characters, they still don't live with that. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like, I love Zenyatta, and I can only hope that in the future there will be a buff for him and. No,
something in the sense of that.
Yeah, something along. Even if they give him more health, like that's all I needed, you know.
Well, let's get back to Anna.
Anna, okay, so Anna,
Went on a little rant.
the mother of Farah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mother of Farah, the first grandma sniper to enter the battlefield.
Oh, it's about time.
It's about
We
time.
got 2 old people now in this game. Reinhardt and her.
And I think they used to date.
Did they?
No, I made that
Oh.
up.
I was like, I did not hear this.
It's part of the lore, blind dates. Like,
Catfish.
Yeah. They were catfished. Anyway, so yeah, Anna, a sniper support character. She, from what we understand, she shoots enemies. She can shoot enemies, but also she can heal by shooting her teammates.
Apparently, her bullets are kind of like poison. They hurt over time. Like if you hit the
Yeah.
enemy.
Oh, she reminds me of Lucio in terms of like her abilities are really kind of what's the word? difficult to understand because she's got a lot of like traits and variables that go into variables that go into like determining what she can do because like almost all her abilities do two things. Like one will
her little grenade type thing. It gives a buff like they get double the healing, but then also if you hit an enemy with it, then they won't heal at all.
Does it have splash damage?
Yeah, I believe so.
So you can hit a friend
enemy and yourself. I mean,
a teammate. Yeah, a teammate and an enemy. Yeah, which is pretty insane. I don't want to say she's OP, but she's OP. So like, but like
without the buff too, like her healing is already a ton more than Zenyatta can do with just.
Yeah, we were watching early gameplay footage of this character, and granted, I mean the catch is that she's got to aim for you basically, and it's exactly like aiming for your. Just because they're your team doesn't mean they're gonna be easier to hit, but
unless you're like Braymore.
Yeah. But I mean, like, your teammates are gonna be just as hard to. Your teammate. We're watching footage, and everybody just chose Anna. Grandma time. But what's it called? You still have to aim for your teammates to actually heal them. So I guess that's the catch. But in the end, like, each hit like recovered a lot of health, and that's like. Why would you choose Zenyatta? And that's always whenever you choose support, that's the question you should ask yourself. Why should I choose Zenyatta when I could choose this character? I mean, like she's to me like all her skills, including the sleep. What is it? Like a sleep dart?
She pulls out her pistol and shoots one single shot to an enemy and makes them sleep.
Yeah, and from what we could tell, it actually will stall an ultimate.
It stops it.
It actually stops it?
Yeah, it stops. Like, you can't do anything about it.
Okay, so, like, there you go. So, if you have, say, a Reaper jumping in, you hear that die, shoot him with a sleep dart, and you cancel it out. Granted, you can...
an ultimate.
Yeah, exactly. Waste of an ultimate, but, like, granted, like, you can do that with any character, but you just end up killing them. But this is a good way, like, if, like, split-second timing... Your whole team is about to get wiped out. You make them fall asleep, and everybody just leaves the room. And then Reaper can wake up and be like, "Where am I?"
And then everybody just snipe him.
What year is it?
Problem is that it's kind of hard to initiate from making someone sleep because as soon as he's hit, he just gets up.
Yeah, we actually saw footage of what was it, May, who got hit, and instantly she got right back up just because somebody hit her. So that can be.
That's you need to be coordinated. Like, you gotta coordinate with your team on that.
Yeah, big time. Like, if you're gonna, say, I think a good example is, say, everybody's pushing, and then you know that they have, like, a tank on their team, or a Bastion, and you put that character to sleep, you tell your team, like, hey, Bastion's gonna go to sleep, and then we go in and kill everybody else. So when Bastion wakes up, he's all alone.
I want to know, like, would the dart go through? It wouldn't go through Reinhardt's shield, right?
I doubt it. No, I doubt the dart would go through Reinhardt's shield. If anything, that's like a good counter for her.
Prevents it.
Yeah. Other than that, like, she's got great skins. Oh,
her ultimate.
That sounded real weird. She's got great skin.
Great skin.
She takes care of that skin. But like,
we're sellouts, guys.
Yeah,
we're working with the Macy's lotion department.
Macy, a new character. Macy's a new Overwatch character. But yeah, I mean, this character is generally, like, I'm really excited. I mean, I think I just realized that Overwatch, like, any character Overwatch announces, I'll be like, oh yeah, I can't wait. But like, she generally looks like really awesome. Like, just as a character.
Talk about the ultimate.
Oh, what's the ultimate?
Well, she gives it off on one person. It buffs them by giving them extra damage and takes less damage on them.
So not only, so that's like an all-around. You can't do nothing wrong with that one. Only that you can only apply it.
You know, do it to someone who's way back in line and doesn't want to go in.
Well, actually, I think the drawbacks are simply if you put it to somebody who can't do a lot of damage, then it's kind of useless. But or the fact that I don't know if you're alone and you do it, would the team still be able to wipe out that character? Like if you do it to, say, a Reinhardt, and just you and Reinhardt in the base, and then all bullets are on him, I wonder if it just goes to waste. Like, you can't really
sure.
you can't really hit him with that.
Or just put him to sleep.
Yeah. Or, of course, the most obvious thing is you miss. In which case, nobody gets the buff, and nobody wins.
Can you even miss?
I think you can. It's a shot, right? I mean, you've got to hit it. You got to hit them with the
I don't know. I thought it was just like you just look at them and then boom.
Boom, bada bing,
Bada
bada
bing,
boom, bada bing, bada boom. But anything else you want to add? I mean, I'm excited for this character. I'm sure you're excited.
I feel like a way to just like she has no mobility, so I feel like she'll die often.
You're right. She doesn't actually have any mobility. She can't
even she doesn't have a grapple hook to go into high ground. I mean, she's a sniper, so you would think she would have that. But
I mean, all high ground, aside from like maybe a few chosen areas, are pretty much accessible by any character. You just gotta climb a couple stairs and do all that good stuff.
Yeah, but that's so would she. Like,
I think
Widowmaker would just have to, just go up in the grappling hook and already find her. And she has a machine gun too, so it wouldn't be hard for her to kill her.
Perhaps. So, like, I guess that's, like, also another thing. Maybe her mobility is pretty slow. She doesn't look entirely slow. Not as slow as, say, I don't know, like Reinhardt, but not as fast as, say, Genji. She's, like, right in the middle. Is Widowmaker slow as she walks around?
I feel like she's decently fast.
Decently fast.
I don't think she's too slow.
That's what I like to
And then
hear.
she has a grapple hook, so that'll just increase her mobility. And it's not in a high cooldown.
Yeah. Anyways, for those of you on PC, you guys can, of course, play her on the public test beta. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And public test round. For those of you on consoles like ourselves,
we suffer.
we can just watch videos. we can watch videos.
Streams.
We can watch streams, and then we can make podcasts on GameGods and talk about how much we wish we were playing that game, but we can't, or that character. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the Overwatch news. Speaking of news.
Yeah.
I was trying to that's a terrible segue.
Oh, you're thinking of a translation?
Yeah, I'm thinking of a segue, a translation. Oh, whoops. So, anyways, guys, that's enough for the Overwatch stuff. Up next, I want to talk about
look up the character. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I guess To end it, like, just go on Blizzard's site or Overwatch YouTube channel. And just look up the new character because they are awesome. Of course, we'll be putting footage of the character as you're watching this, or if you're just listening to it, then too bad you're not going to see anything because
you're listening.
Because you're listening. Do you hear her?
What?
I was like, do you hear her? Do you hear Anna? Okay, so next piece of news. Of course, this Friday, depending on when we post this up.
Oh, this is my favorite news right here.
This Friday, a good game, a little game coming out. Monster Hunter Generations comes out for the Nintendo 3DS. For those of you who are not on the Monster Hunter bandwagon, like, what are you doing? The game is amazing. And if you don't know if you'll like the game, head over to the eShop and get the demo. The demo is available. For free, yes. And you can play with friends. Anybody else who has the demo.
Online, local,
exactly. Like they're basically like giving you every option of the game to play. Of course, they're just not giving you the game. Morty, are you getting this game?
Oh, definitely. That's not even a question. It's an answer right after that, man. I'm getting it the day of. Hopefully.
Yeah,
maybe I'm lying.
Yeah, you're probably lying. So, we don't pay you enough. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that like, if this Monster Hunter, if you guys haven't played any Monster Hunter, this is a great entry point. Actually, all the past, the newer Monster Hunters have been The newer Monster Hunters that have come out have all actually been more and more user-friendly. The more you play, the more you get into the series, each one has better and better tutorials. And now, like, they've upped the ante as far as, like, user-friendly stuff. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff coming out with this game. And we might be a bit biased just because we're huge Monster Hunter fans, but, I mean, the general consensus is that, like, people like this game. It's starting to grow traction. It used to be
a small fan base.
Yeah, a very small fan base. I used to play it on the PS2, and then I played it on the PSP. Nobody knew about it. Every time I was like, "Oh, you play Monster Hunter?" And they're like, "What's that?" They're like, it's like
I play Call of Duty.
I play Call of Duty. Oh, the monsters in Call of Duty. But like,
people that play it.
But anyway, dude, half of our fan base is Call of Duty fans.
Well, we only have 50 subscribers, so
49 of them are actually, we don't have 50, dude. We used to have 50, but then it went down.
Did it really?
Yeah, we got 7 now. but anyways, yeah. So like, I mean, this game is a great entry point for what it seems. Of course, like now, there's a lot of new monsters that are actually like better defined as monsters and not dragons or wyverns. Like, my biggest gripe with like the past game was just that simply like. Not what was the last one that came out?
4 Ultimate?
4 Ultimate, yeah. Not 4 Ultimate, like it was changing by 4 Ultimate, which was like, before it was just a monster, dragons and wyverns, and it should have just been called Dragon Hunter. Dragon Hunter. But now it's really like monsters, because this one they have like a mammoth, they've got an owl, and and
I'm intimidated.
Huh?
I'm intimidated.
You
by an owl.
I want to slay you. But I mean, again, like if you want to play these monsters, go ahead and download it. I mean, what do you think of the game?
Oh man, it's so good. You know what the best addition to the game is?
What?
Cats.
Oh yeah, you can now be the what do they call it? Felines?
Palicos.
I remember them calling them felines.
It's like, aren't those the
bad guys, huh?
Yeah, the ones that steal your stuff.
Oh, those are the worst. But yeah, now in this game they let you be cats.
And they also change the visual effects on the game, which makes the game look a lot better.
That's actually the first thing I noticed. Like right when, because every time I play a Monster Hunter game, I usually pick the same weapon. I use the Greatsword, I believe it's called, and the first thing I noticed was the effects. Like as I swung the blade, you could see like dust pick up with it, and I was like, okay, there's actually a visual overhaul happening, which is awesome. Like it's more appealing to like newcomers when they're like, rather than seeing the plain swings like they used to be back in the older game.
They're easier to play compared to regular hunters. They actually they have certain sets. You don't have to pick up any items. You have just attack and you'll get, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. You grow a bar if you keep attacking, and you'll be able to use these different type of skills, which makes it a lot easier instead of like the other ones, because you're able to do multiple things at once with your weapon out. Because other hunters, you usually have to put them away before you could do anything.
That is true. So basically, it's just another kind of fight style, almost another weapon, so to speak. But
pretty much.
But it is pretty awesome that now, like everybody, it started off so small. Like the cats were simply NPCs in the world. Over time, they became, something you could find out in the overworld while you're hunting monsters. Then they became partners in crime. They'd scratch at the monsters, and then like. Now, yeah, and then they became more in depth, and rather than just walking around. Like, actually, I think the first rendition of the cats was in
number 3.
Number 3 when they when it was, what was it? What were those characters called? Papayas.
Something like that.
No, it was
I don't remember what they were called.
Yeah, but they were these weird like totem-looking things. You never saw their
weird
face.
Helmet.
Yeah.
They were terrible. They did nothing.
Yeah, they were like the worst thing. The best thing about them was simply like they were decoys. That's it. Like the monster would go after them every once in a while, and I think like Capcom knew that. Like the Monster Hunter team, they knew that was like the beginnings of the AI, and now like they've reached a height that like your cat friends are now like viable teammates that will heal you when you need to be healed, that will help you, and when you need the help.
They're pretty much like certain cat classes.
Yeah. So like they've helped you, and now the height of it is simply that. Well, you like
one.
Yeah, you like these cats.
You still have them as partners, even if you're the cat, but you can now be one of them.
Just a group of cats, huh?
Yeah, just a group of cats.
Just outside.
Group of hooligans.
Yeah. So I mean that again, Monster Hunter Generations comes out this Friday. We recommend picking it up because we definitely will. I repeated that because I didn't know where I was going. But yeah, we definitely will be picking that up. And if you do, give us a friend code and we will join you in the hunt. Anything else you wanted to add to that?
Be cats.
Be cats. Okay, so I mean that's our. It's been slow news week ever since. E3 happened. Not a lot of stuff. I said in one of my Let's Plays that I have the E3 blues.
You still got it?
I still got it to a degree because I played a game that took it away. That game is Inside. And I can't, that's all I'm going to say is that it's a masterpiece. And that
would you give it a 10 out of 10?
I very much would give it a 10 out of 10. It is really good. It is masterful storytelling, and I know it's you gotta understand that this is coming from a guy that would give Uncharted 4 like a really high score. Like I loved Uncharted 4. Granted, it had its shortcomings, but this game almost tops Uncharted 4 in terms of storytelling. It is that good. But that is all I'll say, because the game is really short. It's 3 hours. Morty, you've yet to play it.
I have not played it yet.
But you will be playing it before you leave today.
Yep.
Okay, so you will be playing it. And
can you beat it in one run? It's possible?
I think mine was my run was about 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe a more.
It's more about the experience, right?
It really is. For the most part, like you start off thinking like, okay, this game, like it's pretty intense. Then it gets real intense, and then it gets blow my mind intense. It's really good. That's all I'll say on it. I can't say anymore. I said that 3 times already, and I keep talking. But that's all I'll say, guys. Yeah, I'm not even gonna review it because I feel like reviewing it would do a disservice to the people and ruin what needs to be said. But anyways, that was kind of tying into my next subject, which is I just want to talk about the games we're playing right now. Now, Morty, you've been playing a game for a long time, and you only just started yesterday, but you were playing for non-stop for like over 10 hours, you said.
Yep.
What game is that?
Enter the Gungeon. Such a good game.
And talk a little bit about it.
Well, Enter the Gungeon. Sorry. I don't know why I started doing that. It's a game about, it's a roguelike game. Like any other games, like Binding of Isaac.
That's actually like my second favorite genre of games. Like I'll just play roguelike games for like hours.
It's really similar to, what is it? Binding of Isaac. Really close to it. I'm pretty sure there's a reference to it in the game. But, anyways, the game is pretty much you go through a level, beat the boss, go to the next one. But you get power-ups every time in order to get stronger and actually, get through the levels. Boy, is the game hard. Yeah,
I've played a good amount of it. Probably a little less than you have. But it's addicting. Like you'll lose, and you'll know that like you lost because you made the mistake, not necessarily because it's hard. Alright, not necessarily because it's unfair, because it is hard.
Like, for just one day, I spent mostly the whole time just playing the game. There's actually a ton of them out there.
Yeah, there is, and actually there's been a resurgence. Like, it just recently, like, there's been a lot of games of these. Of course, Hard and Slash, another game that's roguelike. You can check out my review, because I love the game. I said that, like,
5 times throughout this thing.
Yeah. But I mean, you've been playing Enter the Gungeon, it's been out for a while, but I mean, like, how have you been enjoying it? Like,
it's probably, like, the greatest rogue game I've played.
Really?
I enjoy it more than Binding of Isaac, honestly.
What? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Because, like, Binding of Isaac takes the cake for me. Like, I love Binding of Isaac.
I love Enter the Gungeon, even though it can be, like, a jerk sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you can find items, but they don't tell you what it is, what it will do.
But that's actually, like, a running thing of all the
roguelike
games. They don't really tell you. Like, Binding of Isaac won't tell you what to do, but I guess what gets you is, like, I don't know if Binding of Isaac does this. Probably in the new one it does, but with Enter the Gungeon, like, you'll get an item and it'll give you a huge description.
Like
none of the words.
Backstory of it.
Yeah, it'll give you a huge description. None of those words remotely say what the game, what that item will do. Like, you're just like, you get armor, and it's like, this armor was used by this person, and you're like, what does it do for me? Like, it's like, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, how far have you gone? Have you, like,
only to the 4th stage?
4th stage.
I don't know how many there are. I don't want to look it up because I'll just spoil it.
Yeah, it kind of spoils it for you. Yeah.
But like, just the game is insanely hard. I could still die on the first level, even though I've mastered it to just run through it without getting hit sometimes.
Yeah.
I can still lose because of the dumb mistakes I have. The difference with this game and Binding of Isaac is that you actually have a dodge. You could dodge bullets, as in like rolling.
Binding of Isaac, I could dodge bullets.
Rolling, like you could roll into it and you'll be able to
I know what you're saying. Yeah, you can. He's got actually their company's name is Dodge Roll, which is funny. But you can basically dodge roll anything, any bullet. You're invulnerable for like a split second, and you end up being masterful at it, like planning out perfectly because a poorly placed dodge roll will not help you. you've definitely, like, I played it a lot, and I thought I unlocked a lot, but then you're playing my file, and you're unlocking way more than what I thought there was in the game. Not to mention that you only, like, scratched maybe, like, 10% of what you have to unlock.
Remember when we looked at the stuff you can unlock?
Yeah, there's so many things, so many empty spots that, like, there's
so
still...
many question
marks. So many question marks. But it's probably a game you'll probably still definitely be playing, aren't
like,
you?
definitely.
Yeah. I mean, boss fights are great, you know, regular fighting, and the fact that it has a co-op is pretty awesome. I think Binding of Isaac has a co-op now. It didn't have it.
Oh, it does now?
Yeah, I think it does now. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But Enter the Gungeon definitely does. And we try to play, and we suck working together.
I'll beat it.
You'll beat
I'll
it.
get it.
I'm sure you will beat it eventually. Just like all games. Again, like if usually you learn with these things. Like Enter the Gungeon, really good game. If you guys are interested, you can go to GameGodsGaming.tumblr.com, where I have top 10 tips. No. Is it 10 tips?
10 tips.
No, I thought it was 8.
Was it 8?
Yeah, because I could only think of 8. I have top something tips of for beginners of Enter the Gungeon.
I'll give more detail into the game.
Yeah, and you also, like, you can definitely, like, learn a couple things there that maybe you didn't know, or maybe you did, in which case you can correct me. But you can't hit that edit button because only I can edit my stuff. So go write a wiki or something. I don't care. Stay away.
Go on Reddit and make
complain.
And try to make a little upvote together Tumblr thing out.
Like the next thing. Anyway, so that's the game you've been playing. The game I've been playing is if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you can actually get this for free. If not, I think on Steam you have to pay for it. And of course, if you're not, you have to pay for it on the PlayStation Store. That is Furi. Now, Furi is a really good game. Like, I was surprised on how addicted I was. Another brutal game.
I was surprised at how mad you got.
Yeah, I got pretty mad. It's another brutal game. I got pretty salty playing it. It's a twin-stick action-like game. I am currently writing a review for it. It's almost done. It's a roguelike. No, it's not roguelike. It's a twin stick shooter action game that requires like precise timing when it comes to like dodging, when it comes to what's called shooting, it comes to parrying, things like that. You've got to memorize the bosses, and you got to memorize like their movesets. It's just, the telegraphs are insane. Like, it's just a really good game. And it's not for the faint of heart. Like, I gave you a chance. I was like, hey, you want to try it? And you were like,
oh, that scares me.
Yeah, it scares me. Yeah, it's intimidating. It really is. And what's funny is that it's not a game you can just pick up. It's definitely a game you have to start from the very beginning and follow through. Because it's funny that, like, the fastest speed run, well, I don't know of people who have played it, but I know that one of the trophies is like beat the game in like an hour and like 36 minutes or something like that. And it's like, it took me 10 hours to beat the game. So that tells you how much fat needed to be trimmed. But it is a great game. Again, if you have PlayStation Plus, do not skip this game. Pick it up. Give it a go. Maybe it's not for you, but maybe it is. Like, you might think it's pretty awesome. Again, I'm writing a review. Skullznhero review. It's me. I'm writing a review.
What about Saints Row? Apparently, that was another free game, right?
Yeah, it was a free game, but I'm not talking about that here. I'm not playing the game. I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Because I don't like the game. I mean, okay, that's a little harsh. That's a little harsh. I played Saints Row the third, and I created my character, and I was a girl, and I made her have a cape, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then maybe 4 hours in, I was like, that's it. I don't know what hit me. It was like, I'm done. Like, I didn't want to. I didn't want to have anything to do with the game anymore. I was kind of finished, and so I downloaded Get Out of Hell, which is the game that's out right now, for free. Again, if you have PlayStation Plus. If you don't, like, why do you have a PlayStation? If you don't have PlayStation Plus. But anyways, I tried it and I was like, deleted it probably within like the first 10 minutes of having the game on. I just did not like it. I'm just not in the mood for it. I mean, I'm sure people love that series, but it's not for me. So I deleted it and focused primarily on Furi, because Furi is a great game. Again,
people disagree with you.
People will disagree with a kick in the teeth, you know?
I'm gonna get hurt that.
don't. If anybody listening out there, call 555-5555. Call my parents. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
pretty much wraps it up, bro.
Wraps it up. You know what? We're at probably, let me check the time. We're at 48 minutes. That's good. Again, GameGods is growing. And we've grown quick. We're growing quick.
We go quick. We go quick.
Of course, I'm probably gonna trim some of the things here because we got sidetracked with other stuff. But again, to kind of wrap up this show, we are looking for other people that are interested in being part of GameGods. You know, aside from the people that are already here, and of course the people I'm talking to. But if GameGods is a passion that you want to talk about games and you want to just you have nothing better to do than to waste people's time, then you come right over and work with us, because that would be great.
We have plenty of time.
We got plenty of things. Also, guys, if you're a silent minority that have been, if you're someone who has been watching our stuff and I don't know you, like, feel free to like comment on these channels, because I want to get to know you guys who are watching this.
We want to communicate.
Yeah, we want to communicate. For the most part. I also believe that we're gonna try to start posting these up on a iTunes account or something like that, so that way you can just download it directly
and listen.
Yeah, and just listen to it rather than having to watch it on our channel, because it's just better. Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you for if you listened to this far and you didn't tune out in the first 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
It takes a lot of strength, you know.
Yeah, it takes a lot of strength. Anyways, this podcast will definitely become more engaging. Today we were able to do it. Yeah, like this is like a practice round. We want to have more than 2 people here because Morty can't really keep up a conversation.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. So like so.
Stop like Porky Pig.
That's all, folks.
Oh,
I repeat a lot. I know. Like. Get out of here. I swear, David, I will kill you. I will kill you.
Oh my god.
Come outside! Come outside! Come outside! Smell courage! Before we end this podcast, I want to talk about something I do on my pastime that Morty thinks is really weird, and maybe you guys will comment and tell me that it's not weird. When people work on stuff, they listen to music. yeah, I'm gonna put this in because I think you're weird. So people work on stuff and they listen to music. Other people will work on, will listen to a podcast like this one you're listening to now. But when I work on stuff, I actually listen to public freak out compilations.
Come outside!
Come outside! And I think they're the most entertaining things because...
But why would you listen to it, like, during something you're working on? You get distracted easily.
Yeah, but, it's... I don't know. I just like listening to it. I'll be working on editing my stuff, and then you just hear, "Come outside!" and then I'm like, oh man, this is getting pretty heated. I just like freak out compilations. I don't know why. It's like a glitch in the Matrix. We're all busy staying in single file line, and then somebody freaked out, and we record it because it's like...
Yeah, you freak out and decide to listen to freak out. You freak out to listen to freak outs.
Yeah, exactly.
Break that line.
Anyways, guys! Once again, I'm Skullznhero, and thank you, Morty, for joining me.
No problem.
Again, we would like to make this podcast a weekly or bi-weekly thing. Hopefully, we can do it.
Get more people.
I definitely want more people. Local assailant, I'm talking to you, my friend. If you listen to this at all, I don't think you listen to any of our stuff. In fact, you're fired. So, Andrew Ken, you're never allowed in this building again. I don't ever want to see Andrew Ken around here again. Security!
I don't want to see his face ever again. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Go and get.
But anyways, guys, once again, if you if you like games, we love them.
I hate them. That's why I talk about it.
And if you ever want to see Let's Plays, previews, or reviews, keep it here on GameGods.